we're going to explore wild orange. So wild orange is the oil of abundance. It boosts mood, creativity. It's the oil of the inner child. And what that means is that wild orange has the potential to activate inside of you, an adult, or your children, their sense of joy and playfulness and creativity and spontaneity. So you will find that if you introduce wild orange into your home, that children will gravitate towards it. There is an abundance of wild oranges in nature, and certainly the oil carries those properties along with it. So wild orange helps us let go of our fears or our anxieties. It helps us let go of a sense of scarcity and not having, which can play itself out through, workaholism. It can play itself out through being inflexible thinking and behaviours. So wild orange is really good to support people who need support with fear and the consequences of living with fear. Physiologically, boosts our immunity, so a little drop in a glass of water. So if you have just your glass of water, just one drop is all you need, and that just supports your immunity. It's also inside our On Guard, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, which is our protective blend. And it cuts through grease brilliantly. So you will find that wild orange or orange essential oil is used in lots of cleaning products. So it's something you might want to incorporate into your cleaning products, particularly if you also like the smell. Our next oil up is Air. So Air used to be called Breathe, so sometimes we get our words mixed up, but the Air blend is the respiratory blend. It's one of my favourite blends, and it's certainly another favourite for children. We use it a lot in our workshops through Fresh Minds, and you will often find that we bring it to you through a little bottle like this. So we just basically fill our bottle up with water and a number of drops of the Air blend, and then you can just shake it up and use it, eyes closed, breathing in. And it just really helps children to breathe. It helps calm them down, and it helps soothe children. Another way that we like to use Air, and as you know, I like to always make sure that I'm diluting my oil, so a little drop of the base oil, the fractionated coconut oil, a drop of the Air in your hand, and breathe it right into your lungs. So as the respiratory blend, it has great benefits for your lungs. It clears your air passageways, it soothes, and it really supports respiratory conditions. It's got peppermint, eucalyptus, laurel leaf, ravensara, and melaleuca is in there as well. So lots of really powerful respiratory oils within this particular blend. Emotionally, this blend is really great for grief and pain. So a lot of our grief and a lot of our pain is held in our chests, and it really supports us to let go. It really supports us to connect with how it is that we really are, and to release anything that we are holding in our lungs and in our chest. So overall, we're finding that when it comes to our emotional health work, that the Air blend is absolutely wonderful, but equally it's supporting our respiratory systems, which need so much relief, considering, the toxins maybe in our air and, the physical conditions that we are living with. So that's why I really love that blend and really promote it. Here's lemon. So lemon is a wonderful oil. Smells so bright. Oh my goodness, it's so uplifting. It's the oil of focus. So a little drop of lemon inhaled, oh my goodness, a few times a day can really lift the spirits and lift the moods. It's the oil for wakening up, for mental clarity and for focus. Ideal for before homework, or for if you're concentrating to get a big piece of work submitted, you could use it then. It restores energy, and it's really good for mindfulness as well. So for anyone who is undertaking any kind of mindfulness activities, lemon really creates the right environment for you to become more mindful. Physically, I would have a drop of lemon in my glass of water as well. I would use lemon perhaps maybe to neutralize odors in my home. Lemon is fabulous for cleaning, so I would use lemon oil on my surfaces at times, but I use lemon oil. We have some glass that is in the front panel of our stove, and nothing takes the black, it's a real thick black stain, except for my lemon oil. A few drops onto my, onto a cloth and onto the glass, and let it sit for a few minutes, and it just takes that black stuff straight off. It's brilliant for, the sticky stuff that you might have in bottles, or that you might have on glass windows, and it's wonderful for actually just cleaning your windows and bringing them up bright and shiny. So yeah, I'm a real fan of the lemon oil. Peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is the oil of the buoyant heart. Let's smell. Oh wow. So it's strong. It's really, really uplifting. It gives you that ping, like, oh wow. So this oil will be really good to awaken you, to support you to be brave, to invigorate your mind, and I can really sense that this oil would be really wonderful for just helping you feel more uplifted throughout the day. So if I was feeling pessimistic or disheartened or living with unbearable pain, I probably would incorporate peppermint oil into a blend to really uplift me and release me from the depths of that sort of low vibrational pain or moods. So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Peppermint oil I use also for headaches. So 1 drop onto the palm of my hand, just like that. Just scoop it up with my thumb and to the roof of my mouth. Now it's very strong. It's very spicy or hot. So, be ready for that. But it just opens up my eyes from the back. So it just wakens me up. And when I combine it with frankincense, which I'll talk about later, for headaches, it can really support me with migraines. It can support me with, regular headaches. And it really can bring relief to tension. So peppermint here on your temples, or in the back of your neck, or even just on the very top of your head, could really support with pressure, and the pressure that might come along with stress or with headaches. So another fabulous little oil to have in your home. Lavender is the oil of communication and calm. Probably one of the most popular oils in homes. Let's have a smell of the quality of doTERRA lavender oil. Wow, it's beautiful. So sourced in Belgium, this little oil blends really well in your diffuser with the likes of frankincense, with peppermint, with lemon, with clary sage. It's absolutely divine. It's absolutely divine. Physically, I would use this oil for, abrasions to the skin, bruises, burns, any wee skin breakouts. Again, I'm always remembering to dilute my oil. I would find that I would dilute lavender into calamine lotion if I had very serious skin problems, just to kind of supercharge the calamine lotion. It's really useful that way. Emotionally, lavender is the oil of communication and calm, so therefore it helps and supports you if you have to go onto stage, or you have to speak in front of people, or you're nervous or you're shy. Lavender can really open up your communication. They talk about using lavender on your third eye, up like this, just to support your mind to release all fears in relation to what it is that you're about to do. So lavender really supports you with any fears that you might have around rejection, and helps you with emotional honesty. Speak your truth. If there's something you need to say, it really helps you speak your truth and stand your ground. So yeah, the oil of communication, would highly recommend it for every home. Frankincense. So frankincense is known as the king of oils. Frankincense is a true gem in the family of oils. And doTERRA frankincense is sourced in Somalia, sourced when the plant is most volatile, which means that the frankincense oil inside of your bottle is potent, and that means that it's working at a medicinal level. And so physiologically speaking, frankincense is wonderful for its inflammatory. So if you have sore aching joints or muscles, or any kind of inflammation in your body that you want support with, obviously we want to let our bodies support inflammation as much as possible, but there are times whenever we need that additional support, you may need to reach out to frankincense. Frankincense is absolutely a superpower for migraines. So 1 drop to the palm of your hand, up to the roof of your mouth, or if you have your own bottle, you can just have 1 drop of frankincense under the tongue. It's a very full-on flavour in your mouth, but I know many a person who are using frankincense and peppermint combined for supporting migraines with great benefit and great success. So frankincense, a must-have for every home. Oregano. So oregano has a very powerful smell. Oh, yeah. It's very powerful. It's a strong oil and it's a very hot oil, so we have to use it with a lot of sensitivity. We really have to heed never to put it directly on the skin, because it could really burn and irritate your skin. So be really careful when you're using oregano. It's lovely in food. 1 drop goes a very long way, so use really sparingly. But the main reasons why I have oregano in my life is because of its antibiotic properties. So I would use oregano on the basis of my feet, so that diluted of course, so that the oregano gets absorbed into my body and supports my immune system. Really good around times when we have colds, flus, viruses, to be using oregano to support our immune systems. I would use it as part of to support things like mouth ulcers, not on its own, blend it with some of the other oils, but it's a really important oil, and it's a wonderful oil to use in your cleaning products as well, because it really does act like a superpower on bacteria on your surfaces. So oregano is a really powerful oil for you to have in your home. Melaleuca, or known as tea tree to you and me. So Melaleuca or tea tree, most of us know, most of us have been using this in our houses for years and years. Yeah, it's that smell that I can even remember from as far back as my very early childhood days. Melaleuca is wonderful to use physiologically. If you've got any acne spots, you can use a drop of Melaleuca. It can be used as a disinfectant on your surfaces. Melaleuca is wonderful as part of a face cream as well. But a lot of people don't really know of the emotional benefits of using Melaleuca. So Melaleuca is the oil of boundaries, and you know, it's not the greatest you know, Melaleuca or tea tree doesn't have the greatest smell. And I think that is one of the reasons why emotionally it works as boundaries. It helps us set up emotional boundaries. It helps us say no when we need to say no. It reminds us that we matter, and it reminds us that it's okay to say no and it's safe to say no. And the consequences of saying no will be that we will be protected and we will be looked after. So it really is wonderful for breaking down any negative energy that might be in your environment. So really diffusing a little bit of Melaleuca combined with some of the other, maybe combined with a lavender, could be a wonderful blend for your environment if you feel like your environment is a little bit negative right now. So Melaleuca, absolutely a must for every home. On Guard. Okay, so On Guard, I absolutely adore the smell of On Guard. Oh, I couldn't wait to get that in there. In fact, I just might take this as an opportunity to diffuse some On Guard because it smells so good. Okay, so in my diffuser, which I filled up to the red level, I might just put 3-4 drops of On Guard. You don't need much in your diffuser. And we'll just get that going. There we go. And On Guard really helps clear and clean your environment. It is the protective blend. It is absolutely wonderful. It has Melaleuca in there. It has oregano in there, cinnamon, wild orange, clove, laurel leaf. So it's a really powerful blend, protective blend, not just for your air, but for your surfaces. So all of my cleaning products are On Guard based. I clean my surfaces with On Guard. I wash my clothes with an On Guard concentrate. I use an On Guard hand wash. I have my hand sanitizers made up using the On Guard blend. This needs to be at every sink in every home. Emotionally then, it can really help with dealing with domineering personalities. So the recommendation for On Guard is that we put it onto our solar plexus, and or we support ourselves through putting it onto the bases of our feet. And really what the message of On Guard is that I need some space between you and me. So I need to protect myself from you. So I'm going to use On Guard to protect myself and create some energetic space between the two of us. So On Guard can be very useful if you're going out into the environment and you find it scary, or you find it frightening, or you find it intimidating, or you find it hard to cope in crowds. On Guard just might help you take those steps. It's a superpower of an essential oil. Zengest. So Zengest is a favourite. I didn't always like the smell of Zengest. It's very aniseedy. Yeah, it's got a very strong aniseedy type smell to it. And it's not one that I'm using for perfume. But this little oil is a superpower in the home. It helps with all of our upset tummies, tummy bugs, tummy upsets. But it also helps with those nervous tummies, or those frightened tummies, or those butterflies that sometimes we get in our tummies. So I would often, when I'm using Zengest, I'm working with it either physiologically. So I'm thinking my tummy's really sore, I've got a gut problem, I ate too fast, I've got indigestion. Or even for, in many people use it for irritable bowel syndrome. They feel bouts of irritable bowel coming along, and they use the Digenzest to soothe the gut. And again, to do that, really all you're doing is you're taking your drops of your fractionated coconut oil in your hand, you're adding a drop of the Zengest into your hand and rubbing it all over the area that's causing you hurt or discomfort right now. The great thing about the Zengest product for your gut is that it also comes in these amazing little tabs. Now, I love these, and basically what we have here is we have an alternative to some of the, I guess, the medicines that are out there for supporting the tummy or supporting indigestion. And these little tabs are made up of the Zengest essential oil and other products like charcoal that really soothe tummies and soothe indigestion. Used in our home, not just so you just take it just like that. Used in our home for gut problems, but also used for anxiety and anxiousness. If you have worry in your tummy, you use this oil in the exact same way. Often when we have anxiousness or worry, it's further on up. So we would be applying the Zengest to that whole area and taking one of these, and you will just feel a cooling and you will feel some relief come into your body. So you can use it, as I say, for the physiological concerns that you might have, but also for those butterflies or that anxiety or that worry in your tummy. There's soft gels as well for those of you who really want to support the gut, who have got, you know, maybe an ongoing gut concern or gut issue, and you want to just really support your digestive system, in which case the oil has been blended up into a little capsule, a little soft gel that you can just take as and when you need or want. So that's it for Zengest, a quality little essential oil blend for us all to have in our homes. So the last in our lineup, Deep Blue. So Deep Blue, let's smell it. Oh, so it's got a very powerful and strong smell. Tiger Balm. It's the wintergreen essential oil in this blend that I'm smelling. So you know, we would often use on our muscles various creams and balms to penetrate heat or cool into our muscles, and Deep Blue really does do that. It's an oil for the muscular system, and it does also come in the rub. So there is the oil and there is the rub version of it. And actually I would probably lean towards the rub, but there are times whenever I have real sore ache and sore muscles that I would use the oil first, and then I would let that penetrate in, and then I would put the rub on top of the oil. So I would use both. It's got a security cap on it. It's in a 5 ml bottle, so a smaller bottle than the others, but that just indicates to you the potency. So never more than 1 drop of Deep Blue. And you're using it very sparingly and really well diluted with your fractionated coconut oil if you're using it. It's absolutely wonderful. The rub is wonderful for headaches, for soothing, tension related headaches. I often put it on the back of the neck up into the hairline, and it brings such great and immediate relief. It's fantastic for growing pains, you know, so for children who are growing and they're getting all that ache in their muscles and in their sleep, it really soothes the muscles and really helps alleviate them. The Olympic teams have been using the Deep Blue. The Great Britain Olympic team have been using the Deep Blue to soothe muscles during training, before and after races. So really, I mean, it's this is the oil for those of you who are into sports, or those of you who live with physical pain, or those of you who have tension and need that soothed in your body. A superpower of an essential oil. Emotionally, Deep Blue is very soothing. So it can be very useful for people who are resisting feeling the pain in their life. So people who are in denial about their pain, or people who are maybe, you know, eating to soothe their pain, or doing loads of exercise to soothe their pain or to ignore it. So people who are ready to feel their emotions and go through it, and who need to be supported and soothed as they feel that pain, the Deep Blue can really help support us emotionally, not resist that pain and to go with it. So a really superpower of a combination here with the Deep Blue oil and the Deep Blue rub.